thought I'd show a quick little jam using the Roland Verselab MV-1 and a little modular system, because on my previous video I didn't think the Verselab output MIDI notes, but it turns out we can do it already. So if we press shift and then the track, we get to track level. That's turned down because I'm using it for the Euro rack, but I'll discuss that in a minute. And then we go through the EQ, compressor settings, and then finally we get to the MIDI. So we've got transmit MIDI out is on. Then MIDI USB off, transmit the note, and this is the important bit, that needs to be on. You don't have to scroll through the menu for each of them. I'm just pressing shift there, and as I go through the different tracks, you can see I've put it on them all now. So if we go to the drum track, press note. So it can be done, and if you look down here, you can see as I press a note on the Verselab, it's triggering my black MIDI to CV converter from Erica Synth. And if I press play on the Verselab, you'll notice here that the clock is being sent as well, and the clock is triggering the steppy, or it's syncing to the steppy, and the steppy is like a little sequencer if you don't know, and that sequencer is playing some drums. So let's just listen to that. Turn everything else down. Just a nice little percussive loop that sits under the main beat. So if I turn the Verselab up now, the kick track is playing on MIDI channel 1, which the MIDI to CV converter is picking up MIDI channel 1, and it's going to the further generator from Endorphins, and that's giving me some really nice squelchy sounds that you can't get from the Verselab or from pretty much anything else actually, and that's going through the Erica Synth multimode VCF with a little bit of eventide delay as well. So I'll just play you the Euro rack first. So let's try a little jam, just stick all that together. And I'm just going to solo the little arpeggiator, which is coming through instrument 1, and that's playing this AX saw lead 2 with controller 1 adjusting the cutoff. That's how it's automatically set up, and I've used some motion on that so it flows through the track. If we have a listen. So overall, I've got a few sections here that I've got slight variations on the tune for the Euro rack, as well as a little bit of motion on instrument 1. And yeah, the kick's been turned down to 0. So although I'm playing the kick on channel 1, the kick itself, if we go into shift, edit, track level, that won't go to 0, so it's on 1. But you can't hear it.